Bienvenidos, welcome or welcome back. Today we have a reaction after hours where I film a reaction after I got to work and God only knows what my energy levels are going to be. As usual, please like and subscribe, especially sub, trying to get to that 1K before year's end. There's a Patreon for the full length. And let's not waste a lot of time because I just got out of work. Let's hit it. Oh, we're picking right back.
So Jake Kane is your father. Deal with it,
Maybe.
Veronica.
Maybe. He could be lying.
No? Does this mean... Is Duncan my...
Yeah, that would happen if you think that. Yeah, a part of me, even though I had my suspicions about this, a part of me doesn't think that's true because I feel like mom and dad would not have allowed this to happen. Sorry, lost my own train of thought. Even though I had my suspicions about this, I made the comments. I don't think it's true. At least the father didn't know, because I don't think he would have allowed her to date a half-brother. I hope. The mom, I don't know her enough to know whether or not she would have allowed this. And just maybe tried to push her away or something.
This one was taken last year downtown. But which Thursday?
Miss Murphy, when was book week? It's always the first week in February.
Now you know.
Thursday.
Can you tell me if you keep...
Are they going to have receipts from last February?
Someone's been stalking me.
Oh my God.
Clarence
That's a good
Weedman.
one.
And there he is, the man who took surveillance photos.
What is he wearing? He looks like a spy. Kane.
Kane Software, main number, please.
Kane Software, how may I direct
What did she just call?
Give me Clarence Weedman, please.
You've reached Clarence Weedman, head of security, Kane Software.
Head of
There it is.
security.
I know who's responsible for scaring Mom away. So if Jake Kane is my biological father, I intend to collect.
You're making assumptions. You have to confirm some stuff. Get a DNA sample or something.
What happened to you?
It's nothing. A little collision at home now. Cover your eyes. No, home plate. See?
He was
What is your
playing
deal?
baseball?
Jacked up like some hillbilly kid who just stumbled into Daddy's meth lab.
That's a particular metaphor, allegory, comparison, whatever. That a waterbed?
Come on, you've wanted one of these things since like you were 5 years old.
It's all coming back to me now. Santa was cool with the basic concept, but had grave doubts about second floor deployment.
If it had been my call,
You're
I
so
would have...
full of it. Yard sale, right? $10 maybe. Besides, our money situation being what it is.
$10 for a waterbed?
I'm glad you didn't blow your wad on a whim gift for me.
Blow your wad. Different connotations nowadays than I guess it had then, because you ever been on a waterbed? I have in my childhood. It's been years. And I can't remember if I found it comfortable or not.
I love you.
Say, are you
Yeah, you
actually my
too.
father?
Sorry it took so long to get Santa's old dead ass in gear.
He's old.
Nice.
Does he have sheets for this waterbed?
Casey is just not the kind of kid who just up and joins a cult.
Actually, the ones who
A
seem
cult?
to have everything and so on.
He says he's gone off to live at some place called the Moon Calf Collective.
Is he a minor?
I can take it from here.
Because go get him.
The Porsche. That's right, the Porsche. He sold his Boxster and gave all the money over to the cult.
What we're
Again,
prepared to pay
is he a minor?
to do.
Now what?
DNA
I'm
test?
trying to draw a blood sample. You know, if you really
If you
were
did
a good
it,
father, you'd let me draw some of your blood for the test.
it would be an
Nobody will
inspiration.
know the difference.
So those are the parents of Casey Gant, you know?
Unfortunately, yeah. He joined a cult? What do they worship? Wedgies? Keggers? Their parents' platinum cards?
Polo
Doesn't matter.
shirts.
He's 18, so there's little the law can do.
Not a
If
minor.
we get him back, what they'd be paying us for is proof of any unlawful activity out there.
Time for Veronica to join a
All
cult.
we need is a sound. Do not even think about going to the compound yourself.
Aww.
I'll run the title search.
That was my plan A.
There is, however, an online company that does paternity testing. I need to know who my father is.
I think it's gonna be him. She's her father's daughter. And I mean that one.
To face Duncan.
Hacky sack.
The final arena of unquestioned white domination. He looks normal enough.
He joined a cult.
The junkie cries for love, but it's all run out.
The hell is this? Poetry club?
Eli, it's amazing work. You're doing great.
Miss,
wait, he wrote that?
That's not original poetry. That's a social distortion song.
Oh. Why'd you rat him out? Mind your business.
I know who. I think he's got something going on with Miss Mills. He even started working for the literary magazine.
Is she the leader of the cult?
The attributes and style of crap teen poetry must be written in a funky color of ink, must include dominant themes of alienation, sexual ambivalence, self-loathing, death, etc.
I think I wrote some of that.
Dad, can't you find someone to intimidate the maintenance soup into fixing the hot water problem? Nimrod has been feeding us the same line for 5 months.
5 months? Are you seeing any construction happening?
$5,000. Maybe we can go look for a new place.
When they've mentioned Veronica's place, they always make it seem like she's basically living in the hood. But then when they showed the outside exterior, it's flowers and greenery and paths, and it's by the ocean. Different hood.
Okay then, let's break into groups of 4 and start comparing notes.
Oh my god. Well, if they're odd numbers, the teacher has to assign her to something.
Hey, I read the poem you submitted for the literary journal.
So, are you gonna publish it?
You have a very unique outlook, Veronica.
No.
If you ever feel like sharing, there's a place where you're always welcome to do so. We're kind of like family.
Are you kind of like a cult?
If you'd like, I could even take you out there today.
I'm ready to go whenever you are. Wait, what did Dad say about going out there?
I think he said it was fine. I think that's what he said. I wonder if it's going to turn out that everything with the cult is actually cool. Like nothing illegal. It's just they're very mellow and down to earth. And the rich people are like, can't have that.
Just stay out of the barn. You do not want to go in there, trust me.
Hey,
Oh.
way to throw me off your trail, Holly.
What's in the
Wander
barn?
freely, don't go in the barn, whatever you do.
Come meet my man. Well, really, he kind of belongs to all of us.
He belongs to all of you?
Forbidden barn?
There are minors here.
Implied polygamy?
Oh wait, there might not be minors here because he's 18.
But now that I think about it, it makes perfect sense that you'd wind up here sooner or later.
Yeah. We find our satisfaction in realizing the visions of Chef Django here.
Secret ingredients, love.
I'm Rain. Glad to meet you.
Well, you named Rain? Because you were destined to be here.
I'll hook you up with a job that's a little more fun.
This is more fun?
So I guess you can tell I learned all I know about country life from Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman reruns. For
I used to
example,
watch Dr. Quinn
I
Medicine
was
Woman.
Holly says it's looking like a kick-ass harvest this year. I don't think I asked what you guys were growing.
I guess you could say it's the ultimate cash crop. I can't even begin to describe it, but it'll blow your mind.
Some kind of hallucinogenic? Mushrooms?
Come on, people, you're cultists. Start acting like it.
Yeah, I think they're more hippie cultists, not crazy-ass cultists.
Do not roll your eyes, Veronica. You're undercover.
Yeah, control yourself, Veronica.
Veronica Mars.
Hey, how about a big mooncalf welcome for the honored guests?
I was just reading in last month's Kreshian Bride that 4 out of 5 cult leaders like their handmaidens nubile, flighty, and teetering on the edge of a breakdown.
Go for it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Did she get here in her own car? I can't remember. But don't go in the barn. Don't go in the barn. You just got here. And well, now you're gonna be ejected from the cult.
Oh, it's my fault, Veronica. I shouldn't have teased you earlier with all that stuff about the forbidden barn.
One of our neighbors is going to put down Hildegard here. We're nursing her back.
Oh, they good people. Leave them alone. No 5,000 for you.
Somewhere in Pennsylvania, a lab tech is determining if I'm heir to a billion-dollar fortune. It's not about the money. It's about making Jake Kane pay.
Why don't you come back up? It would mean a lot to me.
Of course, if I'm not an heiress, Dad and I could really use this $5,000.
But what if he's happy there and they're good people? Are you really saving him? But he used to be a douche. Now he's a good person.
Has anyone told you what we grow here?
I heard it was the ultimate cash crop.
He's already gonna show her?
Impressive, isn't it?
Poinsettias?
Poinsettias?
And Christmas is right around the corner.
You're saying you don't want my money, you don't want my body, you don't want me working in your ganja fields, you just want me to be happy.
Ah. Horrible people. Horrible. What's next? You want me to be healthy too?
Important. We've got Sal from the county water department. He's out here to check for lead in the pipes, so try not to use the water for the next 15 to 20 minutes, all right?
Busted. Using danger, girl. I can't remember what his bruises are from. I feel like I should from the last episode, but I do not.
There you are. What the hell were you thinking, Veronica? Since when do you reserve the right to totally blow off my instructions?
The first episode, she didn't follow your instructions?
They just seemed so harmless.
What is your basis for that call?
What is your basis for assuming they're bad people? There's nothing there. You're just making assumptions.
I mean, my guess is they're just a bunch of tie-dyed Oliver Twists who scam naive kids to pay the bills.
They are hippies.
I'm sure you have
Don't know about a scam.
Mr. Mars, my mother, Casey's grandmother, is dying.
Who is that guy?
Of something else we've just learned from her attorney. If she dies, about $80 million goes to Casey. We're afraid he's simply going to hand it all over to that cult.
If your current strategies aren't working, perhaps you should try something new.
Like?
What's your background anyway, if you don't mind my asking?
Systematic manipulation of social and psychological influence.
He's a brainwasher?
Is deprogramming.
Yeah, the door ain't that thick. It's still here.
I control the elements of a subject's social and psychological environment to eradicate undesirable modes of behavior.
And you would do that to your son. That sounds
We
horrible.
just want Casey back home again.
You are the bad people here. Okay, isn't it illegal to have someone without hot water for so long?
I'm starting to doubt the whole rationale for what we're doing. Casey, noxious, overbearing, 09er butthead Casey has become
Is now
a really
good
sweet guy.
person.
I think this so-called
Leave him
cult
alone.
Sounds to me, Veronica, like you've been drinking the Kool-Aid.
It was cherry.
Oh, yeah! Want to hear something sad? My parents' fortune, every last nickel of it, comes from Grandma's publishing company. Mom and Dad had nothing to do with it. My parents, who call her Grandmonster behind her back. It's amazing how much better they started treating me once they found out that she decided to leave all of her money to me.
So, how
They
long
knew.
have they known she was...
These are bad, bad people. And please tell your father. This is important. He needs to know this. Well,
Rain?
as long as she's not a minor, I couldn't see the age. No, she's on the milk carton. She must be a minor. Tell him that they knew. If she doesn't, I'm gonna be real pissed off.
That's Rain, one of the girls from the collective.
So we ought to call the Gant family right away.
Let's think about this for a minute.
And we can't just blow this off, Veronica. They're contributing to the delinquency of a minor. It's a serious crime. Even if they are the utopian
Did
sweethearts you
she
think they
tell
are.
him about
We
them
don't
knowing
answer,
about the
morally
money?
or otherwise. We answer to our clients.
They're not gonna tell me. They're not gonna tell me if you know.
The moon was so bright you could almost read by it.
That's nice.
My grandma died this morning.
Is this like the next day? How fast can you do a funeral?
I've done something I regret. I found out that Rain was a runaway. I told my dad about it.
It's okay, Veronica. We get the picture. Everything's gonna be just fine. We appreciate you being upfront with us.
I guess I don't think you were faking the kindness. Am I wrong?
I feel like something's going to explode.
Hey, come on, what are you... Hey!
This would be kidnapping. Get the license plate.
Stop! We have to call the police. Casey's just been kidnapped.
If I was still sheriff and somebody told me an 18-year-old kid got into a car with his parents after his grandmother's funeral, well, there's nothing I could do about it.
And in meanwhile,
Wish
he
we
can
hadn't
be
turned over
tortured.
that information about the collective.
We didn't.
Ah.
What?
Also did a little checking on Debbie Meyer. Poor kid's been in 4 foster homes since she was 8 years old. Reports of serious abuse and at least 2. She's a lot better off where she is.
Okay, now save the guy from being tortured.
But can a lab tech really see the shape of my soul?
No,
Kane,
you can see your DNA
whether
results.
he is or is, and deny the man who raised me?
The man who raised you might want that money. And then you two, go live happily ever after. Wow, deprogramming was fast.
The DNA test results.
Check them. Don't do something stupid like destroy them. I need to know. They're my new.
This letter and find out if my dad is really my dad.
I mean, your dad is really your dad regardless. He just might not be his biological father. But your father's the person who cares and raises you. Jake Kane just be a sperm donor. Is she gonna shred them? That would wake my ass up from the other room, let alone the same room. I couldn't wait until morning.
Is it really necessary that you do
I mean,
that?
I could never date Duncan because I don't know.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it is.
So there we have episode 9 of Veronica Mars. Good episode, was fine. Not really up there with my favorites. I'm gonna have an eye twitch every time I think about the fact that I don't know if she told her father that the parents knew that he was the one who was going to inherit. That's just going to haunt me. And shredding the results, to each your own, but I don't think I could live without knowing. Maybe I wouldn't say anything after I knew, but I would need to know. And I also need to know if I could ever date Duncan again. Since there's still some interest there, I need to know if that's something that can be on the table or it's absolutely no, that cannot ever happen. Never mind that whether or not you're the child of Jake Kane might be a big factor on whether if that's what drove your mother away, and maybe had something to do with the reason your friend died just because of the coincidence and timing. Yeah, I would need to know. What was the point of the waterbed? Was it a metaphor there that I'm not understanding? Anyway, thank you for joining me. I will hope to see you next episode.